What did I find over here? What are you doing up there? You want me to get some drone shots?
Sure.
How you doing?
Get some drone shots quick, buddy.
I will.
She's the rock star right here.
This week, come along with us as we hand paint each and every piece of our vinyl siding and take our new rancher from this to this. In my very humble opinion, there are few things in life better than a crisp fall morning. But I do have to say that when you are enjoying that fall morning right in front of your newly hand-painted siding, it's even a little bit better. So a little bit of fun and excitement around here today. We painted some adhesive panels and stuck them on the siding so that we can get some ideas on what colors we might want to paint the outside of the house. Dad is hoping to start on that next week. So we know that we're gonna go with Onyx, which is a black color. For the shutters, we're just undecided on what color we're gonna use to go with it on the siding. So I'm going to take a little peek here, see what I think now that they've dried, send them to some family and friends to get their opinions as well. But that's exciting. It'll really spruce things up on the outside and it'll match the new roof a lot better. I am back this week and I am feeling almost 100%. My voice is nearly better. I did enjoy taping with Jonathan last week, and as you can see, he and I, when we get together as a team, sometimes can be a little bit of a disaster, but I think that we are a disaster in a good way when we work together.
Back at it with another project. This week we're going to be tackling the outside of the house, applying a fresh coat of paint. Our ultimate goal would be to replace the siding, but just to save some cost right now, we're gonna paint, and my dad is the main painter in our family, so he's currently just got up there to get started at the peak. We're gonna go with a dark-ish gray and then black shutters, so I think it'll look really, really nice.
Initially, we were thinking that we were going to replace the siding on the house, and Jonathan's dad was like, you know what? I say we paint the house. We're going to be talking about the difference between spending probably $10,000 to $15,000 on new siding versus doing the whole thing for about $500 if we do it ourselves and paint. Outside of the house is looking a little different. I love it. How's it going here?
This is a game changer right here.
It is.
Game changer.
Look at that difference.
Yeah, it really shows up out there.
Clark just came out and said that it looks like brand new siding, and I have to agree. Adopt the mantra, WWPD.
What would Papaw do?
What would Papa do? He makes painting look so.
Yes, he does. Look at those skills, buddy. Nice job. Mommy son paint sesh. You only have the entire back of the house to do.
Encouraging. Actually, it's more than that. We have the entire back and the
Well, yeah, the sides too.
Welcome to exterior painting day 2. It is October, but you would not believe it. It is 80 degrees outside today. Beautiful week. Needed it and needed the sunshine after all of the rain that we had last week. Not so much from a land point of view. We're in a drought. We need the rain. But from a mental health standpoint, I needed some sunshine. I think this buddy back here did too. He doesn't like the heat, but he's digging the weather today because it's not humid. I'll take you on a walk around the house and show you everybody at work here. This is my spot here that I took a break from to get some water. Worker number 3. So I'm not entirely sure if we'll be able to achieve it, but our goal for the day today is to get a coat of primer everywhere except for, let's see if I can shine up there. Up there at the tippy top of our roof is a very steep spot. We have a longer extension ladder that's being stored at my brother-in-law's house, so we're gonna go get that tonight. And then tomorrow we may be able to attempt that section, but we will see. We got a lot of people here. We're hard at work. It's a beautiful day, trying to get the primer on. I think we should leave it two-tone. I like it.
No.
In the midst of all of the excitement with the exterior painting this week, we also had some other big news and a big development inside, and that was the delivery and the installation of our new countertops. Morning world, Arlo has some exciting news to tell you in his upbeat Arlo way. That all you got, buddy? It's countertop day and we're really excited. So we are going to have a fully functional kitchen after today. Yay! Which I have been trying to not complain about the fact that I haven't had a kitchen for 3 months now. But I will say that it is kind of starting to take its toll. I really can't wait for my sink to be hooked up. So hopefully today. Yeah, we're just really excited to have it be complete and usable. We are also going to be continuing the outside paint today. I don't know if you can see it, but I fried myself yesterday. Who would have thought that in October I would get a sunburn, but it was blazing hot and full sun yesterday. So we didn't get the primer finished everywhere. There's a lot of square footage on the outside of the house to cover. I guess that's what you call it. Is it still square footage when it's on a wall? Whatever it's called when it's on a vertical space. But yeah, there's a lot of area to cover on the house. So I would say that we're probably 3/4 of the way done. We're gonna finish up the primer coat this morning, and then we're gonna start the final coat. We did a light quartz last time. We did it again this time because quartz lasted well for us. We didn't have issues with staining. We didn't have issues with heat damage. And so quartz is what we chose again. Thank you so much to the folks at Atlantic Custom Granite and Marble. We could not be happier with how the countertops turned out. They are so stunning, and they fit our kitchen beautifully. It's been another crazy eventful day at our house. Our countertops came. They are beautiful. We ran out of primer for painting the house. However, we did start the finish coat on the front, and I was really surprised to see how much darker the finish coat is than the primer. It almost made the primer look blue when we started painting it on, but I love it. And I just made him carry 4 giant bags of trash down to the end of our very long driveway. So that's why we can't breathe. But beautiful day, and I love it so much more than the yellow. See the difference there. I can't find my finger. There it is. There's the primer. That's the final coat. And then the shutters are gonna be black. It's gonna be really good. For anyone out there who is a pro on painting and knows anything about vinyl siding in particular, yes, you are correct that the paint professionals were not super eager to recommend the path that we took. When you are painting vinyl siding, you are not really supposed to go from a lighter color to a darker color. What can happen, and they did warn us, may happen, especially to the south side of our home that gets a lot of sun exposure. We may see buckling in the future. This was a risk that we were willing to take. We're kind of going at this as a temporary fix anyway. We're hoping that changing the paint color on the siding can buy us a couple more years until our windows need to be replaced. And then maybe at that time, we can dip a little bit deeper into our pockets and go for a huge transformation outside. But we are super happy with how the painting of the siding brought our home to life and made it feel more us. I'm really curious to see when it gets hot this coming spring and summer, how the siding holds up. Was it worth it? I think so right now, but I guess ultimately we will find out. It's a Saturday morning. We slept in until almost 9 o'clock this morning. Well, not Clark because he never sleeps in, but Jonathan and I did. It was very needed. I painted the outside of the house all week with Dad. Jonathan had a really busy week with work and then was trying to push on things in the evening. So now this weekend, Between going to see Madison play some soccer at her tournament, we're gonna be getting some things done here.
You mean tomorrow?
Yeah, we're gonna go see her tomorrow. But... Come on, babe. Come on, babe. You got it. You got it. Yes! I'm going to exit the land of light and go down, if Arlo will let me. He's blocking the steps here. Go down into the dark, dark basement because Jonathan just wired an outlet for our beverage refrigerator that came yesterday. Clark is very impatiently awaiting the install of that.
I'm gonna do yoga.
Oh, you and Clark are doing yoga? So moment of truth, Jonathan's gonna put the power back on. He has the whole house electricity turned off, and I guess we will see if
Well, we gotta put the
if it blows up.
panel back on first.
All right. Let there be light.
Oh.
Oh yeah? We'll see. Clark says that the outlet tester is saying the correct things.
It should be orange, and it's orange.
Should be orange. Well, hot dang, it's orange.
You can zoom in.
It's orange, Daddy. It's orange and orange. Beverage fridge is wired. Got it plugged in. Kids are doing
What those kids are doing?
who knows what at the end of the hallway. Ta-da! Now we need to stock it. Time to go buy some beer and seltzer. So the worst part of painting the outside of your house is getting brave and climbing up on the rooftops. The roof on our house, fortunately, isn't super steep, so there were areas of the roof that needed to be painted that were not quite as scary, but painting the area over Annie's bump out was horrifying, and you will notice from the initial drone footage that I was the one who did that. Jonathan would have done it, but he is not a fan of heights and he is not a fan of ladders. He also was busy at work during the days, and even though Dad volunteered, I would not let him get up there. Unfun fact, Dad actually fell from a roof at the cottage a couple of years back and broke vertebrae. He literally broke his back when he fell from a roof. I said, nope, we're not doing that again. I don't want to be the one responsible for your fall from my house. So I took one for the team and I was able to get that roof painting done. Even though it wasn't my favorite job, we did it as safely as we could, and I am glad to say that it is done. I don't want to jinx us, but today could be the last day of painting the siding, at least of the house. I'll turn around here and show you the other part of the dream team. He's currently getting set up there on the roof. This part of the roof doesn't feel as scary as the others because it's not as steep and not as far of a drop from the ground here, but we are going to put the finish coat on the other roof areas. They are, as you saw from last week's footage, a little bit scarier once we're up there, but we know that we can get them done safely. And then Dad is going to transition to shutters. Last week was exceptionally warm. We had temperatures into the high 70s and 80s, which is not typical and seasonal of Pennsylvania, but this week is more average. We're seeing lower temps overnight and then highs around 60 to 65 during the day. So our work hours have been shortened. We don't want to push it because it gets really cool and really wet overnight. We don't want the paint to drip. So we're still going to be able to finish this week even with those shortened hours, and we're gonna keep plugging away here today. Even though this was a big project, it is something that I would hands down do again because, as you can see, the results are simply amazing. I should be painting, and I will be momentarily, but I just wanted to take a minute to just express some gratitude. It's been a really good day. The kids were really cooperative with homeschool this morning, which is always helpful for me. I felt like we were able to get a lot done in a short amount of time. Dad is here helping me paint. We just finished all of the scary high parts on the roof, which is a relief because that's not our favorite thing to do. So excited to see all of these pieces come together. And then I wanted to get out here and film because both of the kids are out on their little bikes and just enjoying the day, getting fresh air, not being cooped up, and that's why we wanted to move here. This is what it's about though. This is why I'm so excited and so thankful for everything that's to come. We sacrificed a lot to move here. We left a lot of things that were very comfortable. We lived in a basement for 3 months. We did a lot of unconventional things, but I am so in love with this place and everything that it offers us. Just saw a bald eagle flying around our property for the first time, so we're happy. What do you think of our new house?
I like it.
You like it? And he's off. Bye. So Master Painter, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Because I have a feeling people are gonna ask, and I know you've told me, but I want you to tell them. So why do we hand brush the house versus spray the house?
Oh, well, if you spray it, the paint kind of just goes on top. So
Right.
it just brushes into the siding better. And hopefully the paint adheres better.
If we had sprayed the house,
Right.
how would, because I know people do that, would we have had to do a lot of work as far as covering things, or does it not spray over as much as you would think?
Yeah, you would have to cover everything.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, brushing just makes a much nicer finish.
And I will say that hand brushing the whole house felt really intimidating and like it was going to be a huge job at first, and it was a big job. I'm not trying to make it sound like it wasn't, but once we got started, we got really lucky with 2 solid fall weeks of weather that was cooperative for us to be able to paint. So even though it was a lot of work, definitely worth it. Thank you for saving us $15,000. Day 8 of painting. Who would guess that we would have 8 beautiful days of October weather here in Pennsylvania, pretty much right in a row. That little section up there, that is the last stretch that I have of the siding. That is finishing the second coat on the shutters today. Thankful for a father-in-law who was willing to put in the time on this project and kind of be the foreman of it for us. We love with capital letters the way that it turned out. It is so much more us. It feels like our home now. Is Papa a good painter?
I said this. He's the best painter, Papa.
He's the best painter, Papa.
Wait, no, or did I say he's the best Papa painter?
Best apple painter.
Dad's finishing up the final coat on the final shutter.
Yay! Whoa!
Woohoo! I just finished up the back. You will realize that we are wearing the same outfits like 4 days in a row so that we don't get paint on our clothing.
Papa,
Yes.
you're gonna be famous.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
that's great.
Something like that. But yeah, so woohoo, we're done. So the outside of our house is painted. This, hands down, is our biggest transformation to date. We love it. We are so happy with how it turned out. We can't wait now to replace the deck, probably in the spring, because we realize that the ground is going to be frozen and hard soon, but we can't wait for all of these pieces to come together. If you come back next week, we will be going back inside and making the inside of our home feel a little bit more comfy and cozy just in time for me to get sick. Thank you so much for being a part of our family. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for riding the highs and lows, and we will see you next week. Not video of me getting your rookies. Day, ooh, my hair is crazy. There we go.